because, as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there's some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. It's boxing talk with Raphie. Let me just turn myself up in the cans a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's nice. We are live with boxing talk with Raphie. Okay, so, I've just received a notification. Let me do the sound check with Raphie. Excellent. Okay, so what's happening here? What's going on? What's going on? If I've got an idea, I've got a brilliant idea. Why don't I do a warming video? Allow allow the area to populate. I laugh because I just realized exactly which one I'll be going for. Okay. This should be quite hilarious. Okay, so introducing you to Boxing Talk with Raphie. This is where all the good people come to talk boxing, boxing related topics and non-boxing related topics. And let me just get slick with it. Let me get slick and put up what's going on. Let me put in warm in video. Warm in video. Okay. Add it. Boom. There we go. Okay. So let me share my screen. Allow the area to populate. Let's get this large. Okay. Seems in order. Okay, let's go. Bad idea. Kill the music first. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Raphie Glovekin to the Combat Radio. And today we're looking at Lucas Miller. Oh, sorry, Lucas Miller. Who's Lucas Miller? Lucas Brown gets ripped and ready. Okay. Scrolling through Twitter, I came across this post, and you see there, Lucas Brown says he's not effing around. He's ripped and ready. And it was quite interesting to me because Lucas Brown in recent times being known to be coming into fights heavy. So it was interesting to see him posting this picture of him in ripped and ready shape. Lucas is what? It's got to be 40? Is he 40? What does BoxRec say? Does it say over here? How old is this cat? Yeah, 40 years of age. So, yeah, ripped and ready. And I sensed that the jokes were to come. So, let's take a look down at the responses. I knew hilarity would ensue. So Lucas says he's not effing around. And this cat here, Judo Cast, says just mincing around. Dang, how harsh. And the pertinent question which came to mind has been asked by Benz. He said, why didn't you get in this shape when you fought White? So we've got to go into that and have a look at the responses. So the roids would have shown up on the UCAT test. OMG. Because we're on lockdown and you won't be tested for a while, so we can up the usage again. Damn. Was thinking that myself, says Mickey Black. Boxing Australia says, I was thinking the same thing. Many people were thinking the same thing. So Lucas Brown in incredibly ripped, well, in good shape. He ain't actually ripped, but he's looking leaner than we've seen for some time. And it would be rude if I did not add my little contribution to this. So let's go ahead and leave a message for Lucas Brown. Are you ready for Big Belly Miller? No. Got a better one. Would you fight? Would you fight Big? What the hell? Would you fight Big Belly Miller? Let's put a question mark on that. Would you fight Big Belly Miller? Lucas. Would you fight Big Belly Miller? Lucas. Okay. We'll put a smiley face on that. Smiley face would be appropriate. Let's go. Okay, so let's post that up. And there we go. Would you fight Big Belly Miller, Lucas? Okay, let's go over and see what he's done late. Okay, Lucas Brown, Australia, 40 years of age, alias Big Daddy. Okay, so what's going on? Loss, 2018, March. Dillian White. Beat the guy by KO called Julius Lloyd Long. KO'd Kamil Sokolowski. And then came across the White Rhino, David Allen, last KO, the belly shot. And cat called John Hopgate. That's a 1-star. David Allen was a 2-star. And Dillian White was a 4-star. Has he ever fought a 4-star before? No. Okay, so I think that's the message. That's the message from Lucas Brown, is that he is ready. So we're going to have to see if he says he's ready for Big Belly Miller. Time will tell. I'll keep you updated as per response. But there you have it. It's Lucas Brown, not effing around. And he's got himself in very, very good shape. Didn't look like this against Dillian White. Didn't look like this against the White Rhino, David Allen. But somehow he's managed to, I don't know, something must have changed up in his regimen. There's an allegation that because things are on a lockdown with the COVID-19, he's had time to increase his supplementation. So, what say you? It's the Raphie Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the Have Your Say. It's the follow me on Twitter. It's the like, subscribe, comment, share. Look out for the live show Mondays and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. UK time. And I'm out.
Okay. Let's bring the beats back. Let's bring the beats back. Adjust the levels. We're ready to go. Okay. Stop sharing. Let's come out of that. Get into this. Okay, what's it looking like? Okay, it's looking good. First things first, just in case anybody wants to jump on. Link is in the chat. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let me adjust my seating position. Let me get comfortable. And let us commence with the show. You are in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. Warm over video done. So let's get rid of that. Where's that? Let's get rid of that banner and replace it with the first topic. The first topic, gonna tell you the topic, then we're gonna do the roll call, and then we're gonna get into it. Okay, what's the first topic? All right, I see it. What does it say? Might as well just copy and paste. Okay. Where we at? There we are. Boom. 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 Okay. So let's get into the roll call. This is Boxing Talk with Raphie, where the good people meet to talk boxing. Sometimes we might get a crazy or two, but it's all part of the game. Okay, so where are we? We got Philip Carl Roberts up in the building. Got a new guy, hands down, chin up. How did you find the channel? Hands down, chin up. Hands up. What? Hands up, chins down. Sorry. Hands up, chin down. When did you find the channel? Hands up, chin down. Newcomer. Okay, welcome. Hello and welcome. We got Vizo up in the building. There's some suggestion there that Lucas Brown, his guy's juicing machine out, juicing up all his vegetables. What's going on here? David Ashton in the building. Afternoon, peeps, back home in good old Blighty. Where you been, David? All boxers can juice now. Well, it's a dangerous game. It's a very, very dangerous game, because if you try that shizzle and they pick up residues in your system, you are full quad. You are full quad. So why take the risk? If you're not normally a juicer, then why start juicing now? If you're normally a juicer, then yes. OMG. Yes, South Croy up in the building. Yeah, I'm keeping safe, my friend. I got my what do you call it? I got my mask. When I'm out of doors, I wear my mask. Allow me to demonstrate. Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah, this is how the Raphie's looking when he's out and about. I'm getting some strange looks. I don't know why. Maybe I should go with the surgical option. Who else we got? That's on par with Wilder's resume regarding star ratings. Oh, Lucas Brown's health can't handle many more brutal KOs. Damn. You know? Yeah, his brain must be rattling around in there. Rattling around like a peanut in an empty room, in an empty jar. Damn. Getting ready for some OMG. He's got punching power, but it's not just about the power, it's about the placement. You know, you can have all the horsepower. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but if you can't, it's like a sports car. It's like having a sports car that's super powerful, like those old, what do you call them? Mustang. It's like having an old Mustang, all the power, all the horsepower in the world. But if you can't distribute that power to the four wheels, then or maybe two wheels, could be rear wheel drive, like a Porsche. But if you can't get that power and weight distribution right, if the delivery system ain't right, then all the power in the world will only help you so much. It'll help you in the lower leagues, the lower divisions. When you start climbing the ranks, if your delivery system ain't right, and you're gonna come a cropper. Unfortunately, it's gonna be like a big whopper. Okay, what's going on? I just thought about this. There can't be any testing at the moment. I can't imagine there's any testing at the moment. We got the COVID-19 pandemic we have to deal with. So, yeah, free reign. Got to be on them short-acting vegetables since it's juicing. Since it's juicy. I don't know. I've seen some people moving funny around me. I thought, what's the matter? What's the matter? Damn. Some people moving funny around me when I got the mask on. I don't know what's going on. I mean, when I walk in the shop, I take the mask. I lower the mask so they can see my face. I'm not hiding, so, they can see me. The security can see me. The cameras can see me. Mask down. And then when I move into the supermarket or wherever I am, then it's mask on, mask up. So, I kind of try to make it clear that my intentions are good. See more people with the masks, although they are scarce to procure. Might wear a bandana in the meantime. Yeah, I bumped into a contrarian buddy of mine. If you say black, he'll say white. If you say left, he'll say right. Whatever you say, he's gonna come back with the opposite. So he saw me in the supermarket talking to. So he saw me in the market talking to one of my favorite ladies in there, workers. We were having a little chat and a laugh. Or actually, I walked up on him, behind him. Said, "How you doing, mate?" And whispered in his ear, "How you doing, mate?" And he turned around, saw the mask, and he's taken back a little bit. Then he started talking about how the mask doesn't do any good. It's no good. It's no good. Don't stop anything. So I told him something that I read. I said, but the COVID molecules are large. So anything that blocks them large, anything you wear over your face, any kind of covering over the mouth and the nose will be beneficial. It's good. It's a good thing. That's what I read from a decent source, not from a WhatsApp message from somebody. And he said, no, he's got an uncle in the military, and his uncle's told him, no, it don't make no difference. It don't make no difference. You got to be wearing, unless you're wearing a proper military grade mask, then it don't make no difference at all. You might as well not be wearing anything. And I said, well, what's his qualifications on COVID-19? What does he know about COVID-19? Is he qualified? Is he a chemist? Is he a physicist? Is he in a medical field? What does he know? He said, is he qualified in anything? He said, well, no, not really. I said, okay. So, I'll keep on wearing my mask. And he said, well, he knows more than you. I said, well, that's debatable. If I don't know what he knows and you don't know what I know, how do you know that? Very contrarian type of fella, but it's okay. It's all good. Keeps the mind sharp when you know some of those types. And so, what happened? I think that was a day ago, maybe 2 days max. This morning, I get a text, get a message said I'm wearing a bandana now because people are going crazy out there. So I'm wearing a bandana over my face. And I said, okay. But I thought you said it wouldn't make any difference. I thought you said it don't make no difference. So it was mask on, mask up, mask off. And he said, well, anything I can do that could slow down or hamper or help prevent it is a good thing. I said, okay. Isn't that what I said to you the other day? Okay, I know you shouldn't really tell people I told you so, but sometimes it's very, very hard to resist. Okay, so yeah, my contrarian buddy, always reliable, always predictable, predictably contrarian. It's all good. It's all good. I got changed all by myself today, Raphie. Congratulations, Donny. You're doing good, mate. You're doing good. You're doing good. Just remember when you cross the road, always to use the green cross code. And yeah, if possible, hold your mommy's hand. Very, very sensible, Donny. You're doing good, mate. You're doing good. Okay, so let's get to the first topic. I think we're nicely warmed in now. Nicely warmed in. Let me drop the link in the chat one more time in case anybody wants to jump on. Gotta extend the courtesy. Don't be mean, Raphie. Don't be mean. Be kind. Okay, so let us get into the first topic. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so the zone won't pay rights fees until events resume. Okay, I heard Mr. Fannin International talking about this earlier on today. I didn't know the source of the story, but I had a little look around, didn't have to look far. I had to verify that he wasn't making shizzle up. Ross Clark up in the building. Yes. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, buddy. Link in the chat if you want to jump on. And if not, if you're just chilling, that's all good. Okay, so the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic has forced one of the most prominent companies in boxing to take cost-cutting measures. According to Sports Business Daily report posted to its website on Tuesday, DAZN has begun informing sports leagues with which it has contracts that it won't pay rights fees for the events that have been postponed or other content that hasn't been provided due to the COVID-19 crisis. Okay, the report stated that DAZN is believed to be the first media company involved in such deals to start withholding rights fees for the proposed postponed events. Postponed. Okay, the subscription streaming service has made a significant imprint in boxing since announcing its commitment to the sport in May 2018. Yeah, man, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. So it also has rights deals with Soccer's Champions League, Major League Baseball, and Tennis WTA Tour in at least some of the 9 markets in which DAZN is currently available. Most rights contracts with professional sports leagues include provisions that require networks and streaming services to pay fees even when games are not played. AK Junior up in the building. Good to see you. Okay, so DAZN doesn't want to make any of those payments until the league partners can give specific dates on which play will resume. Promoters and boxers that have deals with DAZN are paid per event. Thus, the streaming service isn't required to pay them, while the boxing business essentially is at a standstill. Sports Business Daily also reported on Tuesday that DAZN sent a mass email to employees on Tuesday, informing them that an unspecified number of them will be furloughed. What does that mean? Furloughed. Never heard that word in my entire life. Sounds French. Furloughed. 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 On an undetermined date. Furloughed. Okay. Those most impacted will be those that work in departments with little to no workload until live streaming is resumed. Okay, so I think that's the long and the short of the story. That's the long and the short of the story. The zone aren't paying for anything they are not receiving. Okay, so it kind of makes sense. It's kind of logical. It's kind of logical. Let me save that image. The zone. I think I saved that twice. Pretty sure I saved that earlier too. Let me stop that sharing. Let me. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let me save that picture and upload. Let's see if we come up with something. Downloads. Okay. Yep, got it. And boom. Okay. So it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear what the zone are doing. If they ain't earning money, they can't be spending money. So, you know, good housekeeping. Yes, yes, yes. I don't watch any of those guys across the pond when they talk boxing. Well, you know, I've just been, you know, I've never really watched the fella in question. But you know, once you watch something, it keeps on popping up in your suggestion box. And I've clicked on a few times. And I've noticed that, I don't know, clearly, there's people who enjoy what he does. What he does is it's easily to I don't know. I don't want to be too disrespectful. I mean, it's his thing, and well, actually, I'll give him props because what he does, people seem to, you know, whatever is producing, people seem to be tapping into it. It's not my cup of tea, but I did have to sit down. I mean, you know, it's the COVID-19 era, so you got time to do things that you probably otherwise wouldn't have time for. Although you can't really do anything much out of doors. I'm just writing my Bible as far as content is concerned. And I'm looking around, and I don't know, he's got an interesting little thing going on there. Of course, his perspective is not mine, certainly not, but he's got an interesting thing going on there. Interesting thing. Yeah, man. Chill out, tuned in. Chilled out, tuned in. AK Jr. up in the building. Good to see you, AK. Ross Clark, yeah, not much good here in the US for boxing talk. Maybe T Street's channel. UK has some good stuff. Thank you, B. H. So what's going on? That's when I take a peek. When it's in my suggestion. Yeah. When it pops up in the suggestion box, I take a little peek. It's got an interesting thing going on there. Interesting little thing. He's built up a little thing for people who are into that kind of thing. And so, you know, it's doing his little interesting little thing. It's not my thing, but it's good for content. It's good for content to go over there sometimes and take a peek. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit controversial now. So we're coming out of that. Let me put up a new heading. What's the heading? What is the new heading? Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let me just copy that title over here into banners. And how do I get rid of that banner? Like that. Okay. Create a new one. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. As a matter of fact, let's get even funkier with it. with it. Yeah, let's do that. And let's include that there. Let's see if this comes up first time the way I want it to come up first time. Yeah, I think it has. Boom, boom, boom. Damn. I'm getting slick with it. Okay, so let's go over share. Let me share my screen. And let's go over to the article so you can see it for yourself. Or can you see it or can't you see it? I don't think you can see it. I think it's hidden. It's okay. Let's do it this way. That's fine. Okay, so nah, I don't like it that way. You're gonna take the picture down for now and then focus on the article. Where are we? There we are. Okay. So I don't know if I'm showing. Hopefully it's showing, or it will do in a few seconds. Okay. So Jarrell Miller says what Hearn said on camera, he'd never say to my face. Never. You ain't got it. You ain't got it like that. Okay. So heavyweight contender. Hold on. Let me get slicker with it. Let me get even slicker with it. Let me take the slickness up a couple of notches. See if it's more appealing. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks better. Okay, so Jarrell Miller, what Hearn said on camera, he'd never say to my face, never in a million years. Okay, heavyweight contender Jarrell Miller has come out firing in the direction of promoter Eddie Hearn. Call him Big Ed of Matchroom. Okay, last year, Miller was scheduled to fight for the IBF, IBO, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua in June at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Okay, before the fight took place, Miller tested positive for several banned performance enhancers and was pulled from the fight. Miller. Okay. Miller was replaced by Andy Ruiz. Andreas the Pants Jr. on short notice. And Ruiz pulled off one of the biggest heavyweight upsets in modern history, in the modern history of the weight class, when he dropped Joshua 4 times to secure a 7th round stoppage. Okay, Hearn was furious with Miller, explaining to the media members that he was personally contacted by Miller, who claimed that he never used any of the banned substances. But Miller's drugs test, which were administered by VADA, Voluntary Anti-Doping Agency, came up positive for GW 14-16, GW 15-16, I don't know, EPO, and human growth hormone. Ross Clark says Miller has constant roid rage. OMG. Okay. Miller, who a few months ago signed a co-promotional pact with Bob Arum's Top Rank, is annoyed with some of the critical statements made by Hearn during video interviews. Okay. You have people that have a bigger following than me that are going to put their personal story first. And that's what Eddie did with Matchroom. He was under fire from the zone for it. So I was their scapegoat. What's he talking about? Under fire for what? So I was their scapegoat. Any business or corporation always finds a scapegoat. So why not blame it on the big brash American? Scapegoat. Scapegoat. That's interesting. That's an interesting term that Miller uses. I kept things cordial with Eddie because of Dan's. People from the zone were messaging me to say, keep your head up and stay positive. We'd love to see you again. And then for Eddie Hearn to say the total opposite. It's mixed messages. What Eddie put on camera, he'd never say to my face. Okay, so Miller, Big Belly Miller, says that he was a scapegoat. And because Eddie and DAZN had a bigger following than him, they put their personal, I think he meant narrative, personal narrative first. And that's what Eddie did with Matchroom. He said, Miller says he was under fire, as in Eddie. Eddie Hearn was under fire from DAZN. Well, why the hell would Eddie Hearn be under fire from DAZN? Eddie Hearn wasn't the one who was injecting you with what, EPO, GW 15, 16, human growth hormone. Eddie wasn't doing that to you. Eddie wasn't shoving that shizzle up your ass, injecting your ass cheeks with those performance enhancing, what do you call them? Drugs, performance enhancers, extreme performance enhancers. That was you. That's all on you, Miller. And then what was the scapegoat? Any big business always tries to find a scapegoat. So why not blame it on the big brash American? Well, the big brash American had a cocktail. The big brash American had a cocktail up in his system. Let's move that along. Yeah, had a cocktail up in his system. So how are you gonna blame Eddie for that? That don't make no sense whatsoever. Well, let's have a look what's going on in the chat. It's on Miller. It's all on Miller. Believe me, I unsubbed from those guys a long time ago. Yes, I hear you. I remember when I first came into this boxing community, I took a look around. You know, I wasn't really focused on YouTube boxing. But when I did want to watch a video or something of that nature, you know, I took a look around and I don't know what I saw first, second, or third, or whatever. But I came across, was it Deontay? I think I came across Deontay. And I think it was the music. He had some pleasant looking ladies doing the introductions to his videos. And actually, simple as that, the music and the hostesses of his shows, I think that kind of caught my attention. And so I listened to him for a little while. And I wasn't really big into YouTube boxing. I wasn't really big into talking about boxing as such. You know, trained in it, watched it. But as far as listening to it on YouTube no, I wasn't really into it. So eventually, I think, what's his name? Ego. Yeah, Ego as well, for the similar reasons. He had some nice music playing in the background. So I guess I was channel hopping back in the Dizzy. And then I came across Ego and I thought, yeah, this is some nice jams. He got some nice beats going, you know, and I love music in the background. And so that's how I started watching them too. But then as time went by, you know, I found myself disagreeing with Ego, you know, noticing what he's saying. I says, hold on, let me challenge that. So I'd be in the comment section, you know, I just challenged something he said, you know, gave my point of view, just respectfully. And dude wasn't having it. Dude wasn't having any disagreement. Couldn't disagree with the homeboy. And whenever you did, you had this thing called a hot seat. Okay. Oh, you've had the nerve, the gall, the temerity to disagree with me. Okay, let's put you in the hot seat. Okay, so he was the forerunner to the poison corgi. Now think about it. Ego was the forerunner to the poison corgi. You know I'm talking about, the little guy, the BF guy, the PB guy, the TB guy. So yeah, so Ego was his forerunner because he had the hot seat, and it looked like the poison corgi. My little friend, the poison corgi, seems like he took it to another level. Why does this thing keep on appearing on my screen about Adobe? Reminding me about Adobe. Yeah, so when I realized that on those channels, when you expressed an opinion, you know, is getting rid of the opinion, deleting it, or this or that, or block you for a week or whatever, I realized, no, I couldn't debate. You couldn't have a healthy debate with those guys without them getting their feelings all in a twist, getting butt hurt. So yeah, that's when I kind of eased back. And the next thing I knew, I was listening to the Boxing Voice, calling into the Boxing Voice, and then they invited me on. So that's really my journey with the YouTube boxing community. It's not a long thing. Wasn't particularly into this shizzle. Just got into this shizzle when I had to have my own thing. I realized I needed my own thing. Yeah, Miller, constant roid rage. It was an absolutely a PED cocktail. What's going on around here? No debating. No debating with them guys. There is no debating with those guys. There's no talking. You can't disagree. You can't come on and say how you feel. If you feel differently to how they feel, it is a problem. They will take it to heart. They will take it to heart. Where am I? Red gloved militant up in the building. Yes. Good to have you as per usual. As you know. Let me put the link in the description. Let me put the link in the chat in case anybody wants to jump on. But if people are just chilling, that's all good. That's all good. Good to have everybody in the place in this COVID-19 lockdown. Where we at? Okay, BH says scapegoat. Miller cost the promotion for the AJ fight. Lost lots of money. Yeah, for real. And inconvenience. Hell yeah. Miller changed the course of history, perhaps. You know? Anybody still want to see Miller fight Joshua? As a matter of fact, the question should be, who do you want to see? Who do people want to see Miller fight next? Who do people want to see Miller fight next? I'm curious. Miller smack talking is much better than his boxing skills. That is 100% correct. Red Glove Militant making me hungry now. Talking about cheeseburger. I got some big ass quarter pounders in the fridge, and I got some grated cheese, and I got some flatbread to roll that shizzle up, and I got some salad, and I got some chili sauce to put on the top of the salad. Once it's on top of the burgers, the quarter pounders, which will be on top of the cheese, which will be wrapped up in some flatbread. Yes. Where we at? Miller looking a hype. That's what he does. Create fake beef with AJ and Eddie. Yes. I used to check out those USA channels. Then I was turned off by their unwarranted hate for AJ and their lack of logic. Yeah. I think I switched off before the AJ hate. It was just, you couldn't debate. There was no debating. Frank French up in the building. Yes. Are you still working at home? Still working at home. Miller v. White would be a decent, just for the build-up alone. I totally agree. AK, I won't watch Miller. Yeah, I hear that. I want to see Miller fight his rubber duck. I want to see Miller fighting top 15 opponents without being juiced up. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Miller comes back. Yeah, without the juice, minus the juice. I want to see it. I want to see it. Okay, what am I doing? Let me put up the new title, the new piece. Let me get that on up out of here and paste that in, add the banner, and boom. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Getting slicker with it. And also let's put up, or actually, where is that thing? Where is that thing? I'm going to scroll up for this. I've got to scroll that far. OMG. Okay, playing around with the shiznix. Okay, let's share this shiznix as we move on. As you see the title, Foreman says, give Wilder another chance. He can beat Fury easily. Damn, I like Foreman. I do like George Foreman. Had one of his grills for the longest time. But I can't say I agree with what Big George is saying, but I don't know what Big George is saying. So let's find out what Big George is saying. Let me see if I can take this up bigger, even a notch. Let me see if I can make this bigger by a notch. If it look right. Let me try one more, or would that be too much? That's going to be too much. Okay, that looks good. All right, so Foreman, give Wilder another chance. He can beat Fury easily. Okay, interesting words from Foreman. Let's see what he has to say. I haven't read this already, so it's news to you, or it's news to me. Okay, former two-time heavyweight champion George Foreman revealed that he counseled Deontay Wilder in the aftermath of his technical knockout loss to Tyson Fury back in February at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Okay, so Wilder suffered his first career defeat and lost his WBC heavyweight crown when he was dropped multiple times and stopped in the 7th round after his corner threw in the towel. Mark Breland, to be precise. Okay, so the first time around in December 2018, it was Fury who hit the deck twice, including a vicious knockdown in the 12th round. And the contest ended in a controversial 12-round split draw. Yeah, it was controversial. Okay, so Foreman explained that he suffered the same type of defeat when he was stopped by Muhammad Ali during Rumble in the Jungle, which saw Foreman lose his title and suffer his first career defeat. That took place in 1974. Okay, so there is now a third fight coming, with Wilder exercising an immediate rematch clause. The trilogy bout is being targeted for a date in early October due to the COVID-19 interference with schedules. It was initially pegged for July, but then pushed back as a result of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. I had a nice conversation with Wilder, nice conversation with him. We talked because I was in a position where I lost unexpectedly with lost it unexpectedly in Africa. Only I know what he's going through. Foreman tells TMZ Sports. He's going to have to live with it, the Fury loss. But I can show him how to live with that and come back better. We talked a lot along those lines. Foreman believes Wilder, with the correct adjustments, can beat Fury and can win the trilogy fight in style. Not only can Wilder beat him, but he can do it easily, George added. Give him another chance. He'll show you, said Foreman. Okay, that's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting what Foreman had to say. Give him another chance and he can do it easily. But I think the key terms here, which we can't overlook, is the term with the correct adjustments. And so the question has to be, what are the adjustments that Deontay Wilder has to make in order to have him beat Fury, Tyson Fury? Boom. Let's come out to that and go back into this. Okay. Let's pull up the thing. Oh dear. OMG. Okay. Let's go back into the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so, AK Jr., no, I work in utilities, so out on the road. I got you. I want to see Fury versus White and Usyk versus Del Boy and AJ fight the winner of the Fury fight. Fury v. White. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great if Fury could go straight to White? If Deontay Wilder would just step aside. Would it be beneficial for Deontay Wilder to step aside? I think this COVID-19 thing has been a blessing in disguise for Fury. It's been an absolute blessing in disguise for him. For Wilder. I mean, they had a short turnaround. It was supposed to be the 4th at the end of February 22nd. That's what? February, March, April, May, June, July. I think it was 5 months. He had 5 months to get ready for the trilogy fight after coming off such a battering. But now with the COVID-19 interference, I think, does that benefit Wilder? I think it benefits Wilder. Or does it play on his mind? Does the COVID-19 pandemic interference benefit Wilder or hurt him? What does it do? I think it benefits him. On the one hand, it could benefit him. On the other hand, it could be more time to mull over the loss. But I don't think so. I think it's more time to correct the things he knows he has to correct. He knows he has to correct those chicken legs. That's no doubt. Those little drumsticks. Definitely got to correct the little drumsticks. He's got to strengthen those legs, but that's the least of his problems. He's got to know how to move his legs. He's got to get some happy feet. Deontay Wilder does not have happy feet. Crosses his legs over, he gets tangled up in his feet. He's got very poor coordination. Hopefully Wilder will get a job at KFC. That's brutal. KFC chicken. OMG. On about that, hope all is well with this Chinese flu and starting to get cabin fever. Yeah, I got cabin fever last week, but I think what's happened with me is that I've just realized there's so much time to reflect. And it's time to do little jobs around the house. Just little jobs that I've been meaning to do for a while. There's no excuse now. No excuses whatsoever. Little jobs around the house. Plenty little jobs around the house. So I'm the last person you're going to say there's nothing to do. There's plenty for me to do. You know what I'm saying? So in a weird and strange kind of way, I'm actually enjoying this time to sit back and reflect. You know, it's kind of strange. I hope it doesn't go on too much longer, though. So is the Wilder Fury 2 fight available? Heard BT put it up, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, it's available. I'm pretty sure BH that I put it in the the first post of the last live, or the live before that, Yeah, I think it was in. If it wasn't in the last live, then it's in. Where are we now? We're Boxing Talk 111. So I think if it's not in Boxing Talk, if the link isn't in I think the link is in Boxing Talk 109. Pretty sure it's in not the last one, but the one before that. I put a link in the first comment. But just in case it's not there, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'll put another link to it in the first comment of this live. When it's post-production, takes a little bit of time when the show's finished for it to get all uploaded. It's already uploaded on my end, but it takes a little bit of time for YouTube to get everything in sync. Everything synced up, and then they release it about an hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours later. Sometimes it can be like 6 hours later, but that's only when it's a longer show. But yeah, either way, I'll put the link in again. I'll find it pretty easily because I've watched it pretty recently. I'll just find it in my history. Okay. Three, not two, bud, and really want to watch another schooling from Tyson. Yep, I think he's going to get schooled again in the third fight. So I'm really questioning whether Deontay Wilder even takes the fight. Deontay Wilder has been in lockdown even before the COVID-19 struck. So he's been in lockdown for a while, and I am not convinced. I am not convinced that Deontay Wilder takes the trilogy fight straight away. I am not convinced, but it's going to be interesting because AJ took his rematch straight away. So I think there's pressure. There's pressure from over the pond for Deontay Wilder to do likewise. Yes. Ped up in the building, and I didn't know you were a Masvidal fan. So that's cool. How do you do? Okay. He's got to do the ring walk in a mankini. He's got to do a ring walk in a mankini for the next fight. OMG. Okay, where we at? Yes. They'll be there. If not in that one, I'll put it in this one. Okay. So that is gonna have to be the uniform for Wilder. If he wants to come out on top next time around, he's got to preserve those. Chicken legs. He's got to preserve those chicken legs at all cost. Okay, so let's move that along and let me see what's next. What is next? What's going on? Let's reduce the size of this shiznix and look for something. What else on my topic list? What else is on my topic list? Okay, this is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. Okay, let me copy that title there and place it in the banner. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's create this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that's the new topic. What else we got here? What else we got here? Okay, so let me share my screen. Don't even know if this is gonna show up, but actually let me take that down. Or do I leave that up? Let me leave it up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so Teddy Atlas says Glovekin is a shot fighter. Okay, he says not only is he a shot fighter, Glovekin a shot fighter, but the triple Canelo versus Triple G trilogy is simply too late. Okay, so Hall of Former trainer. Teddy Atlas believes that a third match between Canelo Alvarez, let me make this even bigger, between Canelo Alvarez and zoom, okay, and Gennady Golovkin is well past its expiry date. Okay, so a meeting between Glovekin and Alvarez could very likely take place on Mexican Independence Day in September, once the boxing schedule resumes with regularly scheduled events after the global pandemic that is coronavirus. Atlas, however, insists a trilogy between the two arch rivals has already gone past its shelf life. It's gone past its sell-by date. Yeah, so we're looking at Glovekin, who is 38 next week, and Canelo, who is 29. Let me make a little adjustment here. So we got the appropriate stuff being signed. Let's come out of that. And go back over to the article. Like so. Okay, so maybe it's going to save a few people's jobs over there. I don't know, he's talking about the zone, to actually have this fight hunkered down. The bad news is it is too late. Time has passed. People have moved on. I don't know that interest is there anymore for that fight. Yeah, I've been saying it for a long time. I'm not really fussed about seeing Canelo v. Glovekin a third time. I think I saw everything I needed to see in the first two fights. Kind of left a bitter taste that, to me, Glovekin won the first one, but it was awarded a draw. Canelo, yeah, strong argument to say he won the second one and he was awarded the win. But I think they shot themselves in the foot. People say Canelo can't lose in Vegas. I think that worked out negatively. It worked out to the detriment. I think that first judge's score of deciding that the first fight was a draw, I think that worked out detrimentally to the trilogy. Because if Gennady Golovkin had been adjudged correctly, in my opinion, to have won the first fight, and then Canelo came back and won the second fight, then this trilogy would be in high demand. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. I think that Gennady, it wasn't a robbery. I don't say it was a robbery, but I think that whilst it wasn't a robbery, I think that Gennady Golovkin was robbed of his rightful victory in the first fight. So I think they shot themselves in the foot. The judges shot themselves in the foot, because had they done the right thing, what I think was the right thing, and awarded the rightful winner as the rightful winner, then we'd have got that. We'd have got the trilogy. The trilogy, we'd all be buzzing for the trilogy. But to be quite frank, I don't give a rat's ass for this trilogy. I think that Canelo is still in his prime years, but Golovkin has gone past his prime years and is now on the other side of the hill. Now he's coming down the hill. He's got to the pinnacle, and now he's coming down the hill. And that is most unfortunate. But what did Teddy have to say? What did they have further to say? Says it can be argued that Glovekin won both fights. Atlas thinks Glovekin won both encounters, but the record books will say otherwise. Glovekin showed the heart of a warrior. The heart of the warrior that he is, versus Sergei Derevyanchenko in October. But he wasn't right. Was it because he was sick? Was it the flu? Was it an abnormality? Or, was it an abnormality? Or was it that he's an older fighter now, and he's left parts of himself in the ring and parts of himself from the first two Canelo fights? I thought those fights against Canelo, I thought Gennady took a lot out of Golovkin. And I think the 400 amateur fights took a lot out of Glovekin. And I think when you're at the age that he's at, which is 38, he's getting up there now towards that number 40. I always say you don't judge a fighter. You don't judge a fighter's age in this tough business chronologically. You judge them by the tough fights they have been in. And the article goes on to say Glovekin seemingly aged overnight against Derevyanchenko last year. And Glovekin absorbed the most punches he ever had to in that fight against Derevyanchenko. In the Derevyanchenko fight, Glovekin looked like a shot fighter, says Atlas. Yeah, I said it. You people want to get your knives out now and get your bow and arrows ready. How dare you say that about my guy, said Atlas. It's called father time, my friend. It's called nature. It's called aging. And it comes to all of us. But we don't all have to get in the ring and fight for a living. When the truth comes to you in the ring, the truth can hit you hard and fast. Boom, boom, boom. Damn, Teddy Atlas, not mincing his words, not playing around, just giving it to you raw and unvarnished. Where is the article? Did I shut that down? I think I shut that down. But I can share this one. I can save this one and share this one. Let me give it a new title so that I may share it with you. And just go GGG and Canelo. Canelo. Let me save that. Let me open that. Boom. Boom. Open sesame. Let's upload that. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. So, yeah. And there's another there's not a little wrinkle to this story. There's not a wrinkle to this story. And of course it is Billy Joe Saunders. Because save that image. Because of course Billy Joe was being spoken of as being the guy who was gonna fight him next. This is before the BJS. This is before the coronavirus struck. Billy Joe was being spoken of as the next guy for Canelo. Open sesame. But two things have conspired against Billy Joe. One is the coronavirus, and the second one was his recent comments of which I'm sure you are all aware. Firstly, let's see what's going on in the chat with regards to this topic. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. To be honest, boxing and Gandhi flip-flop has similarities at the moment. Where are we at? Yes. SR20 up in the building. Okay, so Canelo versus Triple G. Still far better than Canelo McGregor. Like Dan the Zone suggested, Canelo versus McGregor. Damn, that would have been terrible. Canelo will probably win. Yep. Against Triple G for sure. That's Philip. Canelo for me on both. Oh, for me on both. Yeah, I get that. Teddy can get it right, but he often is off the mark. He went in on Fury for the weight gain after the weigh-in for Wilder. Yeah. I remember that. I remember a lot of people going in on Fury for the weight gain, but fortunately for me, I had a different perspective because I don't really watch TV, but there's this replay system that I've got so I could replay stuff that has already happened. And I thought, let me just see at home. Let me just watch this at home with the Furies. And there was 3 episodes. Let me just watch these back to back. Cut out the adverts. And so I watched them back to back, and I think it was in the 3rd episode, the 3rd and final. It was a three-piecer. Seems like Fury is into trilogies right now. And in that episode, you saw when Fury was shocked because he got on the scale on the morning of the weigh-in and found out that he was underweight. Ben Saunders had him doing this what do you call it? Plyometrics, maybe. Plyometrics. I don't know what he was doing. He didn't show you, but I think he was doing a lot of body weight stuff as well. And along with all the boxing training and what have you, the jogging, Fury got stripped down. He was stripped down. He was under. He got on the scale and found out that he was under. And they were sitting around a table saying, I think he was talking to his dad or whatever, somebody on the phone or whatever. The people assembled and said, I'm under. That's not good. So they didn't intend to come in that light for Otto Wallin. And so it was very clear to me that Fury was definitely going to be coming in heavy for the Wilder 2 fight. And so when people started complaining, oh, he's too heavy. I thought, no. I think it's all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan to put it on Wilder. So yeah, that was part of the plan, part of the strategy. So boom, getting back to this. Eubank v. Charlo. Yeah, I think, has there been talk about that? Didn't Charlo reject that? There was talk about that, and I think Charlo rejected it. Oh yeah, I remember now. His explanation was he just wants the biggest fights. But then he rejects a fight against Andrade to pick up another belt, the WBO belt. I think Andrade's the WBO middleweight belt holder. So boom. Why not pick that up? But no, he says no, it's just Canelo. But I bet you his next fight is against Canelo. And I bet you his next fight is against somebody far lower in the rankings than Charlo and then Andrade. So what the hell is Charlo talking about it? You know, it was supposed to be Eubank, and then Charlo changed his mind. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Canelo v. Charlo. But would Charlo even accept? I don't know. I really don't know. Uncle Al won't let that fight happen. It seems like there's a lot of fights he won't let happen. It seems like there's a lot of fights Uncle Al won't let happen. It would certainly quieten down Charlo, but he's not going to accept that fight. I don't see it. Would he? Surely he'd accept it for the long money. But no, PBC want those belts, need those belts in-house. They're not interested in those risky fights. Won't even fight Andrade, much less Canelo. I had Triple G winning the first fight. It took a lot out of him, though. Yeah. And the second fight, I think Canelo did enough. Yeah. But that was the first fight where I think Triple G's legs were gone. Yeah. He's past his peak now. Yes, I have to agree. I thought Triple G won the first by 3 points or so, says Philip Carl Roberts. Yeah. I had Triple G up by 1 in the rematch. But I could understand a draw. Let's face it. Triple G has no chance of beating Canelo on the cards, 100%. And Big DJ Georgie Porgy is up in the building. Yes. Just reminding those people, reminding the folks, the good folks over here at Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio to smash that like button. For those in here who like what you're getting, liking the service, smash that subscribe button. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And yeah, there we are. So most people saying they think Triple G has gone over the hill. Okay, this is a trending topic. It's causing a lot of butt hurt. A lot of people are butt hurt over this one. So I have to raise the question. I have to ask the question. What should Billy Joe Saunders' punishment be? What should Billy Joe Saunders' punishment be? I better write that in as a new topic. What should the punishment be for Billy Joe Saunders? As we all know by now, as most of you will know by now, Billy Joe Saunders has gotten himself in a spot of bother yet again. And he's had his license suspended by the British Boxing Board. And now he's awaiting a hearing. He's got to have a hearing. What should his punishment be before he can get his license back? But the question is, what should his punishment? What should it be? Okay, what's going on here? Where's the rest? I delete everything what I was trying to write. Let's try again with both hands. Okay. There it is. Add that and show that. What should his punishment be? He did a video, said it was a jokey video, but a lot of people didn't see the funny side. And yeah, so now he's going to be sitting in front of the hearing, in front of the British Boxing Board of Control. And yeah, what's it going to be? How's it going to work out for Billy Joe? OMG. That's a good point. Now we know Tyson Fury and Billy Joe are good buddies. So did Tyson Fury share? I never actually thought of this. Did Tyson Fury share any of his boar's meat with Billy Joe? OMG. Philip Carl Roberts might be onto something. Did Tyson, that's a different question. It's an entirely different question. Did Tyson Fury share any of his wild boar's meat with Billy Joe Saunders? I look around YouTube and people are flipping out, wigging out. You got the LDBC on the one hand condemning the dude. You got some other channels, I don't know what the opposite to the LDBC is, on the other hand, saying that if you speak on the topic, then you know that there's something wrong with you. But I mean, my position is, you know, if it's a topic, it's a topic. And if it's a topic, we talk about it. If it's a topic, it's a topic. And if it's a topic, we talk about it. And we got to talk about the situation with Billy Joe. And the question is, my question to you, the audience, in the present and in the future, is what is the appropriate punishment for Billy Joe? Or should there be no punishment? We've already heard that Billy Joe's paid 25 grand. That's UK money. I don't know what that works out at USA money. The exchange rate has closed dramatically. It used to be like £1 would get you almost $2. Now it's only getting you $1.15, $16, $17, sub $1.20. So the exchange is closed dramatically. Yeah, so Billy Joe allegedly has donated £25,000 to I don't know what you call it, domestic violence house or organization, people that help people who are being subjected to domestic violence. And yeah, I say once again, people don't want to touch this one. I say once again to you, what is the appropriate punishment? I'm asking you, the people, to have your say. That's what we do over here at Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. Have your say. What is the appropriate punishment for Billy Joe Saunders? Or do you want me to lead the way? Get through some of these comments and I'll hopefully have some response to the question of what to do with Billy Joe. What are we going to do with him? What are we going to do with Billy Joe? He's on the Mexican steak. Saunders will. Well, I'm glad you raised that. I'm glad, Philip Carl Roberts. I'm glad you raised that. That the possibility that Saunders will probably do the same as Tyson Fury did. I think what Tyson Fury did was just he wrote a letter I've seen some uploaders say that his license, Tyson Fury's license ran out. But no, the articles which I have read have said that he wrote a letter to cancel his license. Did Tyson Fury. So he didn't wait till the license ran out. He wrote to the British Boxing Board of Control to cancel his license. Didn't want the license no more. And there's two possibilities. Two obvious possibilities for that. Potential reasons for that. One is that he wasn't scheduled to fight in the UK for a long time. He himself said he had no interest. He wasn't going to be fighting in the UK no more. That was what Tyson Fury said. Said he wasn't going to be fighting in the UK no more, and he didn't say anything about the license though. But he had his license cancelled via official letter. So the question is, well, why did he do that? The question is, why did he do that? Why do that? And the speculation on the other side, on the one hand, he's not fighting in the UK no more, so he don't need it. But you didn't have to pay any extra. The problem with that argument is that you didn't have to pay any extra to the British Boxing Board of Control to extend the license. The license was still effective. So Tyson Fury could have just let the license come to its end, come to its expiration date. But he didn't do that. He wrote to the British Boxing Board of Control and asked them to cancel the license. Didn't want it no more, didn't need it no more. So the speculation there is that, well, the reality there is that if anybody came with any complaints or allegations, he would not be under the British Boxing Board of Control jurisdiction, and so they couldn't punish him. And if they did punish him, then he couldn't really be punished by other organizations on the basis of the fact that he was not under their jurisdiction at the time. So because he's not under their jurisdiction at the time, that means he was basically, effectively, almost unpunishable. But Billy Joe Saunders' situation is different in so much as that the complaint came in, or the issue arose, whilst he was still under the British Boxing Board of Control's jurisdiction. So we have a different scenario. Even if he cancels his license now, it won't make any difference, because the time of the offense, or the alleged offense, or the potential offense took place while he was under British Boxing Board of Control jurisdiction. So he can't do what Fury did. It's too late for that. He didn't have the foresight of Fury. Mind you, only just made the video, so go figure. It was one crap joke too many from Saunders. You overstepped the mark with that airplane prank. Yeah, I think he really did overstep the mark with the airplane prank. It was clear that the guys involved, they were not amused. And so it makes me wonder, is there something mentally wrong with Saunders? He keeps on making these faux pas. He keeps on doing it time and time again. Is there something mentally wrong with the fella? Is he right in the noggin? Is he right in the noggin? I think I should make him take his GSEs. That's a good one. That is a good one. Okay, for BJS, I'm no fan. He's a fool. He was not serious. His prior pranks were worse. Billy Joe Saunders created his own mess. He should have had prior warnings from the British Boxing Board. I think he has. Had prior warnings, and he faced a big, hefty fine for the situation with the lady. Was she a prostitute? For the lady of the night, who was a drug addict, allegedly a drug addict. Billy Joe promised to get her some drugs if she went and slapped the guy. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And he videotaped the lady doing the thing, and then videotaped her asking for her money or the drugs, whatever was promised. I only watched clips of that, snippets of that. I never actually sat down and watched that thing from the beginning to end. So if there's any inaccuracies in what I said, if there's any inaccuracies to what I said, then please feel free to correct me. This ain't boxing ego over here. It's an open house. Have your say. Canelo has beat him. Can't figure out why Triple G wants it. Fighter's pride taking over. Yeah. Why does he want it? Why does he want it? Frank the French. That's a bit harsh, lol. No, I think it could be a valid point. It could be a valid point. You know, if you have to sit down and read, you have to sit down and read and contemplate. Might help Billy Joe. Might help Billy Joe. So what is the punishment? Needs to pass them to get his life. That's a good punishment. That is a good punishment. The question is, what should Billy Joe Saunders' punishment be? And Frank the French makes a good suggestion. He needs to pass his GCSEs to get him back. I like it. I like it. Could be dollars. Could be dollars. Could be dollars why Triple G wants it. Frank the French is caught. He may have hit the nail on the head. May have hit the nail on the head. Force him to do his GSEs. Don't get your license back until you do your GSEs, and you got to pass it as well. BJS is a few shillings short. Shame, because he would be more competitive versus Canelo. Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather see Callum Smith or BJS versus Canelo, no doubt. But that's another thing. The coronavirus and Billy Joe Saunders' actions have almost certainly ruled him out of the Canelo fight. Boxing Archives and Facts greeting from the city of brotherly love. Yes, yes, yes. Boxing Archives and Facts up in the building here for the first time. Commenting for the first time. I'm pretty sure. Good to have you up in the building. Yeah, Philadelphia. We're worldwide. We're all up in here. It's a worldwide thing. Yeah, she was a junkie. Billy Joe Saunders and Kid Galahad being idiots. Oh, Kid Galahad was in on it. I think they told her that the guy was a... Oh, no. Oh, OMG. I never even knew that aspect of it. Education is the key for all of us, boys. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Mr. Dawkins, as Victor Conte asked, how does Billy Joe Saunders cut 30 pounds in a month? That's not including water drain for the scales. Yeah, because that was pre-water drain. Damn. It's just Billy Joe Saunders getting it from all angles. I don't know, man. It seems with Billy Joe, it's always a case of what another fine mess you've got yourself into. I have questions over his mentals. Kid Galahad was in the car. I never knew that. I've never actually watched that video. I just, I thought it was distasteful. I didn't get into it, didn't watch it. Yeah, what another fine mess Billy Joe Saunders gets himself into. Absolutely unfortunate and ridiculous. But this ain't about Billy Joe. This is about Canelo. Canelo and hold on, what's this? What am I trying to do here? Let's get that down. What should Billy Joe Saunders punishment? Okay, so I pose a question. Let me answer the question. Are they going to suspend him again for 6 months? Are they going to suspend him again for 6 months? Shiz Biz up in the building. Are they going to suspend Billy Joe Saunders again for 6 months? I don't know, man. I don't know. Certainly a fine. Certainly a fine. Should they suspend him? I don't know. But he's in very bad taste, and like anybody who watched the Monday show, randomly I clicked on a link and it showed all the deaths in the UK over the last few days, due to domestic violence during the COVID lockdown. You can't attribute all of it to COVID. Maybe some of those deaths would have taken place. Is RIP to those people who lost their lives, who have lost their lives in the UK and wherever. As a result of domestic violence, it's no laughing matter. And so I don't know. Maybe Billy Joe might be looking at a 6-month suspension. Domestic violence is no joke. It ain't cool. It just ain't cool. Okay, so let's proceed. Yeah, 6-month suspension at this time might be pointless. There might not be any boxing for 6 months anyway. Yeah, so that's why I say at least 6 months. Well, maybe give him a 6-month suspension. Giving him a 6-month suspension will send a message out, even if it's not a particularly deep message. Because like you say, Philip Carl Roberts, there's no boxing going on at the moment. But at least the British Boxing Board of Control can send out some kind of message. However shallow, but it still be a message. But I hear what you're saying. Philip Carl Roberts agree. 6 months is nullified with the corona situation. Yes, indeed. Lemieux. I think he had a good time with Lemieux. I think he enjoyed the Lemieux experience. I don't think you're supposed to enjoy your punishment. But yeah, certainly wouldn't do anything for him in terms of moving him, in terms of acquiring more titles. Fighting Lemieux certainly wouldn't do that. So I do see your point. Yeah, it's another fine mess for Billy Joe. Another fine mess Billy Joe's got himself into. But I think let us move on. Let's move on. Let's see what we got. Let us see what we got. Let me share this. Boom. Why is that taking so long to upload? Okay, so WBC president condemns Saunders for advocating domestic violence. Damn. Billy Joe getting it from all sides. Now, what am I doing here? I think I'm going to drop this picture for a moment and I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's get this bigger, hopefully, so you can read it. You can read along. Boom. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Can we go one bigger? I think we can go one bigger. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So in this article, WBC President Mauricio Suleiman condemns Billy Joe Saunders for advocating domestic violence. Okay, you can add the World Boxing Council to the lengthy list of people Billy Joe Saunders has managed to rub the wrong way. Unbeaten, two division and reigning WBO titleist, managed to once again find his way into the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Okay, the latest stems from a now deleted video where England Saunders, 29-0, 14 KOs, instructs men on how to hit their female partner. Yelp. Okay, so Saunders has since publicly apologized for the incident, for which he has been dressed down by everyone from the general public to his promoter, Eddie Hearn, to the British Boxing Board of Control, who have suspended his license pending a full investigation and hearing. The matter is being closely monitored by the WBO, with its president, Francisco Paco Valcárcel, immediately condemning the action. Billy Joe Saunders' recent actions are unacceptable, Valcárcel recently publicly declared. With his conduct, he failed his family, his friends, and his fans. The WBO will follow the British Boxing Board of Control's investigation carefully before taking any further action. So Valcárcel's sentiment was shared by his WBC counterpart, Mauricio Suleiman. Okay, Mauricio said, domestic violence is a very sensitive topic. Yeah. On Tuesday, he said, it's unbelievable. I read his apology. People who know him say he's always joking and clowning around. That is not a bad time. There is not a bad time for something like that. It's not that we're going through this coronavirus pandemic. It's not that we are going through this coronavirus pandemic. There is zero tolerance for abuse of any kind to women. To go out and try to make a joke, there is no place for it. To go out and do it, make a 2-minute video, it's premeditated. Damn. Suleiman going in hard and deep on Saunders. Damn. The one potential fallout raised by Saunders' latest in a lengthy list of childish decisions during his adult life. Whether the question is, will it cost him his biggest opportunity, the biggest opportunity of his career? The British Southpaw was signed and sealed for a super fight with the 3-division champion and pound-for-pound contender, Saul Canelo Alvarez. The two were due to fight in May, but that fight, along with every other sporting event, got postponed in the wake of the ongoing coronavirus health crisis. Once action resumes, there already remains the question of whether the schedule will allow for the fight to take place. Alvarez is already verbally committed to a third fight with Gennady Golovkin, with the likelihood of it taking precedence over any potential Billy Joe Saunders fight. Even if the chance exists to do both, Saunders certainly isn't doing his part to plead his case for the fight or any other opportunity should this one fall through. I believe he's a good person, notes Suleiman. He's going to have a lot of trouble trying to get sympathy from the world. I hope he finds a way to make it up, because it was a horrible thing to do and it was unacceptable. Okay, so those are the words from Valcárcel, however you say that name, Valcárcel, and Mauricio Suleiman, speaking in condemnation of Billy Joe Saunders' video, which says was a joke. Okay, let's get back into the chat. And what's going on now? What's going on? What is going on? Let's have a look here. Let's see. Let's get some, let's move this around. Let's see what's going on. Billy Joe, he's a tool at times, but he destroyed Lemieux in his own backyard. Indeed, one of the best performers abroad. One of the best performances abroad from a Brit that I have seen, to be fair. Yeah, indeed. That's a cool tribal house beat. Tribal house beat. Yeah, definitely tribal. Definitely works for me. No doubt. Bricktop approves. Bricktop approves. Frank Warren approves. If the trouble-seeking fighters obey the lockdowns, might keep them out of legal situations. Yes. Smash that like button. Phil Walker up in the building. How you doing, Phil? Cheers. Billy Joe Saunders offered a donation. Maybe they should cut his purse and continue to pursue Canelo. Well, the problem with that is that the window for Canelo, I think that's been wiped out by the corona. That's been wiped out by the corona. So now it looks like that time has passed, and apparently Canelo has verbally committed himself to a Triple G trilogy this year, 2020. So I don't see him fighting two more times this year. I think he's going to go straight to the Triple G fight. And that rules out a 2020 fight with BJS, which is most unfortunate. Highly unfortunate that it's had to go that way, but I think that something wrong with Billy Joe. I think there is something wrong with Billy Joe. Why he keeps on dropping himself in hot water. And I think Billy Joe has to look into himself and try to, whatever it is, whatever demon it is, whatever demon is riding him, because I think a demon's riding him. A demon's riding him. And that's why he keeps on getting himself into trouble. And so I think he needs some counseling. I think he needs some domestic abuse counseling so he can understand the error of his ways. But definitely, there seems to be an element of self-destruction towards Billy Joe. And I think part of his punishment needs to be a course of counseling. I don't mean just turning up to a place for 1 day or 2 days and saying, yeah, I've done the course. Thanks very much. Done the course. No, I think he needs some extended counseling so he can express himself and he can find out what demons are actually riding him. And he can kind of make some mental adjustments. Not to say he can't crack jokes. Everybody cracks jokes, but it just seems like Billy Joe is off key too frequently. Okay, let's see what's going on. Billy Joe and John Jones are the only fools that I know can hurt their careers from the sofa of their homes. Yeah, well, if John Jones kept himself on the sofa, I think he'd be better off. John Jones kept himself on the sofa, I think he'd be better off. He seems to get trouble when he's behind the wheel, when he's drinking. And the latest time, he was actually had some firearm on him. Hopefully, it was a legal one. But yeah, I think I think John Jones's problems, yeah, his problems seem to stem from the wheel. Seem to occur when he's behind the wheel of a car and he's got the Hennessy bottle just to the side. Just to the side. Yes. And AK Jr. is signing out at the same time that we're signing out. It's good to see people repopulating the area again. Everybody's hitting the sack. I started a bit earlier so everybody could get their beauty sleep, much needed beauty sleep. We all need it. So it's been another good one. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And great that you could join me. Everybody who enjoys it, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Raphie, this coronavirus has froze a lot of stuff. Life in general is boring now. No football, boxing, whatever. To entertain the masses. At least you're doing your best to cheer us up. I appreciate that. Late hour for most of the chat, but only 6:16 here. Where are you? BH? Where are you? Where are you located? Phil Walker says, thanks for the show. Absolutement. It is my duty to provide a certain amount of hours of entertainment for you guys. And well, it's easy now because coronavirus is lockdown time. When I'm at work, it's a different matter. It's tougher. But now in coronavirus lockdown time, there is ample time to get the message out, to do the thing. Yeah, but I'm aware people have to go to bed. I have to go to bed. So, yeah, it's one of those where I thought I better start this shizzle earlier so people can come, participate, enjoy. And what else? What else is there left for me to say? We covered a bunch of topics today. And good to see the attendance was also good. Okay, I'm looking for something I can't find. Where is that? There it is. There's that symbol. I always like that symbol. And so, Boxing Talk with Raphie on a Monday, sometimes on a Wednesday or a Thursday. It's a Monday and a Wednesday or a Thursday. If it's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. If it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday, but always on a Monday. At the earlier time, coronavirus time, 9:15 p.m. UK time. And BH is just outside of the city of brotherly love. So it's the BH, it's the Phil Walker, it's the Clive Cube, it's Frank the French, it's the AK Jr., it's the David Ashton, it's the Boxing Archives and Facts. Have I said Frank the French yet? Have I said it's the Shiz Biz? Who else we got? David Ashton. And many, many more. It's Boxing Talk with Raphie. It's the Mr. SR. And we've come to the end of the show. And the only thing left for me to say is blessed.